Hey guys, it's Echo here. I came up with some new ideas. This time I actually wrote them down, so we have a couple new things to talk about this time. I decided I didn't really want to stop doing my videos because it kind of made me feel like a quitter for some reason. So I just played around with some stuff that I've seen a lot of trans guys ask questions. So I think what I'm going to go over this time is a couple of things. Social aspects of transitioning, so public changes, how other people view me now, how long it took in my transition to get that far. For instance, how many months on T was I before people started recognizing me as a guy? Kitty, get out of the garbage! Then the next, along with the social aspects, let's just dive into it. Let's just go into it. I'll tell you topic by topic. So first off, social aspects of transitioning. Public changes, how people perceive me. So I would say I am 10 months on T. Post-op anything. Pre-op, excuse me. Pre-op anything. Rewind. And so for the first, I would say 1 to 3 months on testosterone, I was always misgendered. Voice, body type, face, it was always she. I just looked, not that this is a bad thing, but I would prefer to look male, obviously. I'm FTM. I just looked really lesbian. I would say 3 to 5 months I started getting mixed reviews. I would get half and half. I would get some people that would look at me, hear my voice, think young male, boy, he. Then the other half of the people would be like butchier, deeper voice girl. So 3 to 5 months, 5 months really the ending of that. Then 5 months to today, never misgendered, ever. The main pronoun that people use, the way people approach me, is very male. When I was a girl, I looked really young for a girl. So after being on testosterone, I've aged quite a bit. Me and my girlfriend have said that I look older, but I look older just from being on T, because it's changed my face, skin texture and stuff. But I don't really look older, because now I just look like a young male. So if you're hoping that you're going to age on T, there's a chance that you might, but if you look really, really young, like I did before T, you're probably just going to look like a young, really young guy. I get 17, 18, 19. That's usually what people guess me at, and in about 2 weeks, actually, I turn 23. So, next topic, has the way people view me. Okay, let's rephrase that. Has my transition and being gendered male all the time, has that changed the way people view me? I have really crappy handwriting, so I couldn't read that. Yes. After transitioning, I realized what a male-dominated society it really is. Guys give you automatic respect and friendship now that you're viewed as a dude. And girls, they give you a lot more attention. They're more touchy-feely, not just physically, but, they pay attention to you more. They're more willing to give leeway on mistakes and being rude, which is so weird, because I noticed as a girl I was always very forthcoming with my thoughts, and that came off and rubbed people the wrong way a lot of the time, but it was just in my personality to say what I think and feel and be honest. And now when I do it, even if I do it in a more rude manner, people are just like, oh, okay, I respect that. And I don't know. I think it's retarded. I don't think girls should be treated any differently. But I'm just saying what I've noticed since I transitioned. Has the way they've treated me changed the way I view myself and my attitude? Sadly, yeah, I can say that it has, because now I get away with a lot more. Before I transitioned, you were constantly being recognized and having people tell you you're being rude, you're out of line, you're this, you're that, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. Now, it's kind of like being born into royalty sort of attitude, where I think it's worse being a trans guy than being a cis guy. A cisgender guy, not all of them obviously, and maybe not even most of them, but let's just say a cisgender guy grows up in a society that treats him higher than everybody else. He may have an attitude, but it's almost like you get power hungry when you weren't given that in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you have it all handed to you, and you turn into a big douche. I'm not saying I'm a giant douche or anything, but I'm saying sometimes I have to catch myself on being an ass. Yes, it's made me a lot more confident in a negative way, I would say, sometimes, and I have to recenter and bring myself back down to earth. The next topic is off the social aspect. Now it's more along the lines of my family. How did I come out to my family? What were their reactions, and what was my reaction to their reactions? So first, was it negative? Was it positive, the feedback that I got from coming out and saying, I am transgender, I'm an FTM, I'm going to transition? When I told my mom, she looked at me and she smiled and she said, I've known that for a long time. I've known it since you were really little. I've just been waiting for you to be comfortable enough to tell me. So that was huge to be able to hear something like that. Obviously, especially from a parent, you were nervous and you didn't really know. My dad is the polar opposite of that. And let's see, I have 8 siblings. So 5 from my mom, and none of them are full blood, they're all half. So my mom has 5 kids, my dad has 3. And that does split it, because the way my dad's raised his kids, I would say 2 of them are too young to really even give a shit. One of them's 7, I think, and then the other one's 2. So those 2 aside, but my brother Shay, I think he just turned 14. Pretty sure he just turned 14 in January. And he's a little put off by it. But I think it's because of the way my dad handles it. He's, you know, the man's man. He's played every sport. He's super tall. He's 6'5". He's masculine. He's got a big goatee and rides motorcycles and has, you know, guns. And he is the persona of what everybody thinks of when you watch a television show. And it's like the redneck American manly man. You know, that is my dad. The strange part to me is it's like my dad subconsciously knew what was coming, because when I was a kid, I, like, you know, from the age like 8 up, he used to call me his firstborn son. And it was a joke. He was teasing me because I did not like the shit that girls liked. I didn't like dolls. I didn't like my hair done when I was really little, 2, 3 years old. I'd kick and scream and cry and rip my hair out of my ponytails and tell people I didn't want to wear dresses. And so, you know, I like to do boy things. Catch bugs, you know, shoot guns, creepy, crawly, scary things. I always wore scary costumes for Halloween. You know, my dad always called me his firstborn son. My phone's going off. I'm gonna ignore it, it's a text message. So anyway, so it was kind of irritated me, because I feel like inside he knew. He had to have. I mean, you don't just make jokes like that out of nowhere. And it was a lifetime joke. It wasn't said like once or twice. It was like consistently. That was one of his nicknames for me. And he'd introduce me to his friends like that. And so, I don't know. My mom's side of the family, super accepting. But yeah, mom's side, totally cool with it. Hippie-esque, very, you know, dad's side, redneck, not happy, Republican, really strained. If the reaction was worse, let's say both my mom and my dad and all my friends and family were not for it, would that change my decision to transition? Or, you know, how would that affect it? It wouldn't. I would never go back. I would never. One of the things my dad said is, he was arguing with me about how he thinks it's a mistake to transition. And I said, Dad, I love you, and I respect you, but I don't agree with you. And whether you want this for me or not, this is what I want for myself. Period. End of story. It's gonna happen. Sorry. So either you're gonna accept me for who I am, or you're not, and we're gonna have a strained relationship. But whatever you decide, that's on you. I just want you to know I love you. And he said, well, transitioning, you know, once you pull the trigger, you can't go back. Thank fucking God. Thank God I can't go back. Because I would never want to. I've been the happiest I've ever been my entire life. I can honestly say that. This is what was for me. And I knew it within my heart that this is what was for me. And I wasn't going to let anybody tear me down or make me feel like it wasn't. Because I knew it was. And there are occasions you should listen to friends and family when they have advice for you and not always think that you're right. But this isn't one of them. Because this was my life. It was their opinion. It's not hurting them. It's not hurting me. It's not like I'm addicted to drugs or I'm doing anything that could potentially harm me. I'm becoming more of who I am than I ever was. And that's not their decision to make. That's mine. Okay, so next one. Oh. How did I tell my girlfriend? Well, it's kind of funny. I had been really obsessed with watching FTM videos on YouTube, which is kind of cool, because then I decided when I transition, that's what I want to do. I feel like they helped give me a lot of the strength to, you know, find that strength within myself to go forward with my transition and do what I wanted. And I was watching them in secret. Nobody really knew. I wanted to absorb everything and make sure this was the decision for me that I was going to make before I even said anything to anybody. Because if I was going to puss out and back out, then I was like, no, I'm just not going to say anything. But really, I came to the conclusion and I was like, yes, I'm going to go for it. And with friends, family, my girlfriend, I can say that I prepared myself for the worst. But I hoped for the best. And if it would have gone negatively, then it did. I love her. I want her in my life. But I'm not willing to sacrifice my happiness and, you know, something that I feel this strongly about just because she's not accepting of it. If she can come around, we can be together 10 years down the road, cool. But I'm not going to, you know, be this depressed, dysphoric, angry, resentful, envious piece of crap my whole life and not better myself just because she wasn't happy with it. But how I told her. So like I said, watching all these videos, getting stoked about it, decided, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm totally going to go for it. I called her up and I said, you know, baby, I'm not happy. And she said, why? And she sat down and she goes, talk to me. And I told her, I go, I'm just really depressed. I've always felt like a male in a female's body. And I'm gonna do something about it. I want to transition. And I waited and she just looked at me and she smiled and she goes, good for you, babe. She goes, whatever makes you happy. And she stops. She starts to walk out and she goes, but how much is it going to cost? Because we have tattoo appointments coming up. And I laughed so hard. Because I was honestly expecting, like, I don't know if I can handle this. We were friends for 2 years in high school. I was a girl, obviously. Then we dated for 3 years. And I was a girl. So all total, out of the 6 years we've known each other, 5 of them I've been female. So I was really expecting, I don't know, you know, it's going to be different, you're not going to be the same person, I don't know how the whole body, you know, if we're intimate. Really, she didn't give a shit about any of it. She cared enough about me to be like, whatever, you know, if that's what you want, then we're going to go through this together. But we do have tattoo appointments coming up, so as long as we got the money, you're good. And that was really awesome. To feel like I had somebody who loved me enough to be like, and when I told them. You know, that's how it should be. Like, transgender should not be a curse word. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that we deal with. It's something that we have. It's something that we can't change unless we, you know, change our bodies to match. But there's no cure. It's not a fucking disease. And I feel like when you portray that, when you're ashamed of it, when you act like it's a disease, when you act like it's a cuss word, when you are just this depressed, lame piece of crap about it, everybody else is gonna vibe off of that. Like, everybody else is gonna feel that insecurity, and it's something to be shameful of, and it's something to, you know, be disgusted by. And when you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I have found the most supportive people because I don't give a shit what the ones say who don't agree with me. I'm like, okay, bye. Bye, Dad. Bye, brothers and sisters. Like, I know that sounds terrible to be able to just cut it off like that, but sometimes you have to. And if those people love you enough, and most of the time they do, they'll get over their ignorance, and they will come back around, and they because they love you, because they want to be there for you no matter what. I would say just be confident in yourself, love yourself, learn to love yourself. I don't love my boobs, but I can look in the mirror and be like, surgery can fix that, you know. Ew, just wear a sports bra today, or, you know, for bigger chested FTM guys, a binder, or do what you gotta do to get through it until you get to that point that you absolutely love and embody everything that you're becoming. And so many positive things come with it. But this has probably seriously been like a 20-minute video. I've been standing here talking for forever. And I don't even know if my head's in the video. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Anyway, well, thank you, YouTube. I think this actually went better. Maybe I should start writing down my thoughts because I seemed to talk more and I got more enthusiastic and had a lot more energy during it. Yay! Instead of just trying to wing it because I'm not very good at it. Well, I love my YouTube fan community, friends, people. If you have any questions, comments, please give them. Also, I would really, really like input. What have you gone through? What are some things that you're going through and you need advice on? Not, you know, obviously I'll get the what dose are you on or that sort of thing, which by the way is 0.7 cc's. But I want some really insightful topics. I'm a cerebral creature. I like being mentally stimulated, and I need things to really discuss. And I really should just be able to sit down and talk about it. But then I get kind of weird because I know what I can talk about, but I don't know what you would prefer me to talk about. I don't know what topics would be like, oh hell yeah, that'd be awesome to learn, or even personal questions, non-trans related, whatever the case may be. If you have great ideas, send them my way. I will make responses to them. Alright? Everybody, thank you for watching my videos. We're gonna go say hi to the kitty real quick. Look at this cute kitty. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, very cute kitty. Okay, but seriously. Alright, thanks YouTube. Bye!